up? I think Brian. I liked Brian from day one. I liked Brian.
You were all over the season because you didn't have television.
I didn't have TV, so I didn't have shit to do but to watch Big Brother 10. You know what I mean? So like, I liked Brian. I liked Angie, Rennie, and Michelle. Those are the only people that I like had high.
What about Michelle?
I love Michelle.
I didn't see it.
You know what? Michelle.
Big waste of skin in the house.
Michelle was just like a real chick, and I liked how the fact that she didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like people would say,
what about her gameplay?
Her gameplay, like I think she made some bad decisions as far as like hooking up with the wrong people. You know what I mean? But like, as a person, I think she's fucking awesome. Probably the one thing I would change would just to be more not showing all my cards at once. You know what I mean? Because that was my problem with the fact that I didn't really know too much about the game. So I was just myself. So probably be a little bit more fake, so to speak, versus just putting it all out there and calling everybody out and shit like that. Like, bitch, you know what I mean? You want to say some shit about me? Say that shit to my motherfucking face.
But I did.
You know what I mean? But you know, you had different people. You know what I mean? Like the people that I had to deal with, some people didn't like the fact that I called them all out. You know, at 3 o'clock in the morning. You can't blame me for how I reacted on the block because it wasn't fully my fault.
Against diary rooms while you were on the block.
You goddamn fucking right. You know what I mean? If you had the fucking opportunity to fucking win $500,000 and you seeing that shit going out the door because of somebody else, you goddamn fucking right. So I had every right to act the way the fuck I did because I didn't fucking deserve that shit. You know what I mean?
So do you think that the people that were tied to the partners deserve a second shot?
You goddamn right I deserve a second shot. I do deserve a second shot. Why wouldn't I deserve a second shot?
You. Who else?
Allison deserves a second shot. Jen deserves a second shot. Ryan, nobody really cares about Ryan. But
who's the other one?
no, Alex. Me, Jen, Alex, and Allison all deserve a second shot. Because James was evil. He was. James was fucking evil as hell. Come on now. He was. James was an asshole. You know what I mean? I like James. I really like James. Like the first maybe week or so, I liked James. I thought he was a great person. Then, you know, I started seeing like a little bit more about him, and I was just like, oh, maybe he's not that great. But I mean, he's alright. Now I love him. You know, I love all my cast members. You know what? I think Sharon had the best gameplay. I really do, because like she had her mouth closed and her fucking ears open.
And
you know,
to be on the block.
Yeah.
Time, she held the record. She holds the record.
Yeah.
For being on the block more than anyone else.
And
she was robbed.
She was robbed, and I think she had the best gameplay. She didn't have any enemies. Nobody did not dislike Sharon.
But they kept putting her on the block because of weak.
Because she was a fucking pawn. That's because everybody liked her. So they weren't going to vote her off. They were going to vote off the other person. So of course Sharon was going to be on the block. It's just, you know, it's inevitable for her. But, you know, unfortunately, you know, she got screwed. She got fucked. You know what I mean? But
I did an interview with the guinea pigs that you taped.
Yes, she did. I think Sharon had the best gameplay though. Even though she really wasn't that interesting to watch, but that was a part of her strategy.
She manipulated Ryan.
Yeah, that was a part of her strategy though, to be the most boring. To not be out there though. I think that was the worst move of the entire season.
Why did she do that?
Because she told me that Natalie told me that Joshua, was whispering in her ear like, James. And she went in the dining room, she's like, James. Like that, you know, she didn't know what the fuck was going on.
It was the Howie Jedi mind trick.
Yeah.
From season 6 that did it.
Yeah. Because I don't even know, like, I watched that episode and I was like, why the fuck would she vote James back in? You know, she didn't even like James. You know, but she voted him back in? Are you kidding? I really want to just go to Natalie and just be like, what the fuck are you thinking? You know what I mean? Because like I don't think she got it. You know, and I really
tell her.
He did.
I don't like you.
But she didn't get it.
But suck my dick later.
She didn't get it, you know, and I wanted to tell her, but I didn't want to be a hater, you know what I mean? Because, like, you know, he's getting head, whatever.
What about the orgy after, at the rap party?
I'm not going to comment on that.
Why not?
Because I don't know anything about it. I wasn't there. I wasn't invited to the orgy, so I'm not going to comment on it.
What did you hear about it? You didn't hear anything?
I heard stuff. People may talk about Natalie and say, oh, she's a fucking whore, or whatever the fuck they want to say. But you know what? It's a fucking double standard. She's doing what guys do. You know what I mean? Guys want to go out and fuck. Guys go out and fuck anybody they want to fuck. And can be considered, they'd be fucking congratulated. But let a chick go out and do that, you know what I mean? And she's a fucking whore. You know what I mean? So fuck that.
But there's no guys that like squirted milk out of their nipples on TV.
But if a guy can fucking squirt milk out their nipples, you're goddamn right. They're fucking squirting milk out their nipples on national television. If I could squirt milk out my fucking nipples, I'd do that shit. Why fucking not? You know what I mean? Why not?
Can you both eat right?
It's not always good to just jump the gun just because somebody says they can call you a fucking snake, bear, rabbit, whatever the fuck they want to call you. You know what I mean? It doesn't make you that. You know what I mean? It's not good to always show everybody your cards. You know, like you can just
apply that to your life.
Yeah, I actually do. You know what I mean? It was a life learning experience.
Absolutely.
You know, like the fact that just because somebody thinks this way about you, it doesn't make you that way. You know what I mean? You don't have to go out and call everybody out just because that's the way they made, you know, just because that's what they said about you. It doesn't make you that. Huh?
Glad you did it?
I am glad I did it. Now do it again in the New York Minute. I would probably do things a little bit more differently, but like.
Well, if you did, you'd be gone. Was it third, fourth?
No, dude. I promise you, I could have made it to like fucking Final 3.
Coulda,
Final
woulda,
4.
shoulda.
But yeah, you know what? The game is
I'll
based.
tell you what, Brian is saying the same fucking thing.
The game is based on coulda, woulda, shouldas. It is. You know.
There's a lot of guesswork. There's a lot of chance.
It is.
Not everybody that wins the HOH gets every question right. You gotta guess.
But you know, like, I mean, yeah, it was a good learning experience for myself. I was able to go back and watch the season and see how I acted. You know what I mean? And just like apply that shit, you know, to everyday life. Yeah, well, if I could vote for anybody but myself, it would probably be Sharon. I would have voted for Sharon.
Right on. That's cool.
Cool.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
cool.
you.
I thought Sharon, I said it on House Calls and a ton of times.